Welcome to the place where we take your music, we listen to it, and we hang out. Happy days, roll another one, 'cause we're gonna have some fun. Don't forget to follow any of our affiliates. The Bobby and Chaz Show. Roll another blunt, 'cause we're gonna light it up. Send your music in. Enjoy the tunes with me. Roll up on the screen. Take a seat with me. Send your music in. And maybe bring your friends. Take a seat with me. Enjoy the show with me. Sit back and hang out with Happy Days and me.
J-Cup with a double styrofoam cup.
Tune in now to the Bobby and Chaz Show.
What's up, guys? It's Acid Happy here with Happy Days Entertainment. And today we have an awesome guest with us today. And we'll be taking them on an awesome interview and seeing some insights on what they do in their side hobbies as well as their main artistic focus. So, without further ado, I'm going to bring that guest on screen. All right, what's up? How are we doing
What's up,
today?
everybody? Doing great, Acid. Thanks for having me on. I'm really excited to be here. This is awesome. Appreciate everybody showing up. Ocean, what's up? I see you. God, I'm willing. I see you too. What's up, y'all?
Yeah, no problem for having you. So, is
Yeah,
there
appreciate
anything
it.
before we get started and into the questions that you want to share with the audience before I get to breaking down some personal aspects and questions about you?
No, please get rolling. It's all good.
All right. So, we do usually run the same questions for every episode just to make things fair, but they're all oriented for the same type of artists and individuals that we have here. So, what's your artist name and what's your real name?
So my artist name is MC Mecha, as in like mechanical, like Robotech, and my
Okay.
real name, my real name is Tony Valenti.
Okay, I see. Now, how did you get your stage name slash artist name?
Just growing up as a kid, like in like robots, like Robotech, Transformers, stuff like that. It just kind of just came to me one day when I was just thinking about it, and I kind of just ran with it, really.
Okay, that's cool. I like that. So, how long have you had your stage name or artist name for?
I want to say since like as far as total number of years, it's been since like about like 93ish, 94ish, honestly.
Okay, so for
Yeah,
a while. That's pretty cool.
yeah, been
Have
around
you
for a
found
minute.
anybody else out there in the scene that has the same name, or do you think that you're the only MC Mecha out there?
Well, I mean, as far as it being on one word, I'm probably the only person. I'm sure there's other people that might have like a two-word kind of thing going on, and if so, no big deal. Respect to them.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's pretty dang cool. So, to get and understand you a little more as a person, where are you originally from and where are you at now?
So I grew up in Newark, Delaware. That's where I grew up for most of my years. I moved to Virginia to start the eighth grade. Basically, went to Mount Vernon High School,
Okay.
and now I reside in Fredericksburg, Virginia, which is just about 45 minutes south of Washington D.C. is where I'm at in Virginia.
Okay, I see, I see. So, how long have you been there?
Since about eighth grade, so about like over like 30 plus years.
I see, I see. Now, how's the music scene out there? Do you get to meet other people out there, or is it hard to network?
No, it's not hard to network at all. It's a good community. We've got a fantastic production outfit called 3D Productions. They throw some of the massivest parties ever.
Oh,
Um, we have them, and then we have a couple other like local promoters that do some things weekly. So it's pretty strong. And there's like one-off monthly events as well.
as an artist, do you have plans to travel anywhere else to perform or show off your artistry?
Yeah, in the near future, I'm not sure where it'll take me. For right now, I have a gig coming up next month, but outside of that, hopefully overseas at some point. But I've played in a few places in America already. Played Puerto Rico twice, California, Texas, Chicago, up and down the eastern seaboard, as far as like New Hampshire. So I've been lucky enough to play at quite a few places before, and I'm looking forward to playing some more.
That's awesome. So, um, sorry, let me look at my questions here.
You're good. What's up, Jacob? I see you.
What's up, buddy?
Actually, he's in the background. He's one of the co-hosts of the show.
That's what's up.
What are your artistries and what is your main artistic focus?
So I kind of dabble in everything as far as like, rhyming, and then I'm also an artist, a visual artist. I do painting with like acrylic and spray paint. So that's kind of what I'm into. I've got quite a few works that are in storage. I have a couple things here I can show off later on that I've been working on recently that are really cool. But that's where like my grandfather was an artist, so that's kind of where that comes from. That gene unfortunately didn't turn on at 9, or I'd probably be like, Warhol level, but it's all good. It turned on like right around my like I guess around like 45ish or so, kind of kicked in, and I just went from there. But I love it; it's great. And then, of course,
Absolutely.
just the rhyming on the other side of that, as far as being an artist is concerned.
That's great. That's great. So, do you use all of your hobbies and talents as an outlet for a bit in a business aspect, or do you just have some things that you do out of the enjoyment of doing them?
Well, I mean, obviously, it's for the love and the culture, number one, and number two. But I mean, if there's a way to monetize it, I mean, I am there's going to be plans for that in the future with releases and things of that nature. But as far as like merch and gear, I haven't really thought of that yet. But maybe down the road as things kind of progress.
Definitely.
Yeah,
So, sorry, I'm sharing it out. That's why I keep
you're
disappearing
good.
from
You're
the
good.
screen.
You're good. You're
But
good.
so do you have any priority projects right now that you're working on as an artist?
Yeah, I actually I have like 7. I've got 2 with Typecell from Germany. He's been doing it for years. He's awesome. Neurofunk stuff, all kinds of like tempos. He's great. And then I've got 2 projects with Submerged from Resistance. He's another 30-year player. He's got his own label. It's huge. He dabbles in other musical genres as well. That's my boy Kurt. I got 2 coming with him. I've got one that's actually being cooked up right now as we speak with Vibrata. He's in Texas, and
Heck yeah.
that's gonna be a real good one. It's called Top Guns. Really proud of that one so far. And then let's see, I've got one with Chook that is getting worked on. I did the vocals for all these just yesterday. So had a lot of fun doing that with my man Miskit helping on the engineer tip. But I've got those, and then I've got 2 with DJ Anguish. And that's kind of what the plate is so far, but there's more coming, and it's just between January and now, I had all those opportunities, and I've got other rhymes written for things with Kurt and with other people. Real quick, I'll also be starting up a rap group with my man Miskit. We're gonna call ourselves Bipolars. It's gonna be hard, so a lot of exciting things coming on. It's just music and art between the two. It's just we're just running it, trying to just run it for ourselves, and just have that. It's all about the culture. I mean, I love drum and bass. I've loved it since the early 90s. I mean, it's incredible, and it's taken me places, and I've met amazing people, and I've been very fortunate.
Well, that's awesome, and I'm glad to hear that you've met so many amazing people and got to work with so many amazing people along your journey as a musician and as an artist. I also want to take a moment to say hello to everybody in the comments. I see Kiera out there. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you have any questions for our guests, don't be afraid to ask any questions in the comments. We ask the basic Happy Days questions. If you guys are a reoccurring viewer, you guys know what those are. So ask whatever you feel comfortable in the comments, and we will get to those with our guests. Um,
And for the love of God, share this out and follow Happy Days Productions.
Follow Happy Days Productions, absolutely. So another question from our list here is, as an artist, what do you think your biggest downfall is?
As far as downfalls go, I mean, I don't think like I don't really kind of like think like that really. Like I think that like I'm always growing as an artist and always you know, having and wanting to improve, because you can't ever say you're number one. Once you say you're the best ever at anything, then that's finished. You're done. So it's always about progressing, and it's obviously also about like just showing love to like all the other artists, you know what I mean, that are out there.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
there's a whole
Definitely.
bunch, and I respect all of them, because you know it's all at the end of the day. What is it about? It's about love for the music, the culture, the people, the atmosphere, and like, you know, they're going out there and representing. You know what I mean? That's awesome. That's really good stuff, and I'm all for that, and I'm all for everybody. There's enough room for everybody in the ocean. There really is. It's a big ocean. You know what I mean?
Yes, definitely.
Shouts to Ocean.
Definitely. Thank you so much for that. What do you think your best quality as an artist is?
Just probably the creative spark and the drive I have. I mean, I literally will come up with a bar in the shower, and I'll get out and I'll write that, and I'll start writing to that, and it kind of comes to me pretty naturally. I'm blessed and fortunate to kind of have those abilities.
Okay.
But like it's just I really just I just get into it, and I think when you hear these upcoming projects, you're gonna be like, wow, you know, he wasn't kidding. And I can usually just sit down, no bragging, no ego, no pride. I can sit down and write something in as little as like 10 minutes. So yeah, we just really just get after it every day. Honestly, it's a muscle. You gotta exercise it, and it's fun.
Definitely. Absolutely. And I see that with when it comes to my own skills and talents and hobbies, I do the same thing, you know. It's always a learning process and a always, you know, practicing that skill to keep that skill continuing.
Yeah,
That way you don't have to lose that.
yeah,
Um we have a comment or a question from the comments. GIW asks, "Who is your biggest music influence?"
that's an awesome question. Pick up God, I'm willing. Thanks for coming on. I have to say, as far as the MC side, it's definitely got to be Rhyme Time, the General. He's a legend with the Virus Crew at Russian Optical. He's been doing it since the pirate radio days with Trace. I mean, that's like we're going back to like the like late '80s, beginning of the '90s, probably there. Rhyme Time is. I mean, he's got so many tunes he's on. He's an MC. He's an artist, and he's a force of nature. So like he's my favorite UK MC, and then we've got GQ is amazing. He's also a legend, been doing it for 30 plus, Low Key, Focus, Too Shy. So, you know, I've definitely got a lot of like UK favorites that are out there that they just pound it. And that's what's so great about their scene over there, is that it's all love, it's all respect, everybody works together, everybody loves each other. Like it's incredible, and so are they.
That's awesome. Heck yeah. I could see that wise that's a big influence, and he says the same thing. That's epic. Thank
Yeah.
you for that question. We appreciate that.
Yeah, for
If
real. Big
anybody
up.
else has any questions, same thing. Go ahead
Yeah,
and comment them. We'll bring them
drop
on.
them in. It's all good.
Heck yeah. So what do you think as an artist your best experience has been?
Oh wow. Um, Probably with like I started in Too Tough. That's where I started, and that's where I got my start. And you know, rest in peace to Too Tough Andy Cerruti. I got my start via him. He brought me and MC Ness in, and we did that. We were MCing for DJ Slant, the other co-founder of Too Tough, and also DJ Stress. And they were throwing events like back in the early '90s. They were the first to bring Ed Rush to America. They had Trace first in the area, Groove Rider, um, and just like so many. Like they were doing like huge parties. One of the that was definitely a high moment. Another one was with Synthetics, with Impulse, rest in peace, and Rob F. That was just incredible. They were just really amazing in the studio, wrote a lot of great tunes. We had tunes on all kinds of different labels, Decipher, Renegade Hardware, Subtitles, to name a few. And just grabbing that international air for, you know, a bunch of kids from Virginia, like Josh and Rob, before they met me, like it was amazing. Overnight, they were signed to No U-Turn. Kamal picked up a tune for his label. TB picked up an EP. That was literally like in one night a series of phone calls. Like these kids just had and that was like, went to, God bless you, went to Puerto Rico,
Sorry about
went,
that.
Bless you.
quite a few places. So Synthetics was definitely a highlight. And then, of course, I was a part of the Cannon Boys. I mean, it was all just amazing. Rest in peace, DJC. Hotel Rick rocked the spot. It was all just incredible. But I would say like Synthetics like took me to a lot of places, and it was just amazing. And we wrote a lot of great music. You can find it pretty much everywhere.
That's awesome. Speaking of which, if you've got any releases out there that you want some extra promotion on, or you just want to get out there for people to hear, we do music rotations here on the podcast once a week at least. So it'd be awesome if you sent us your music in. That way we could review it on the podcast, get a good feel of your music, and actually share that out with the audience as well. That way that people who are watching today, they'll be able to come back on our rotation day and hear your music, so they know exactly what you're talking about and referencing when we, play it for them.
Yeah, no, that's what's up. Yeah, I'll definitely talk to the producers and kind of see what's what with that, and whatever I can get to you, like I'll definitely get to you, and yeah, we'll definitely throw it down. It'd be awesome.
Absolutely. We have a excuse me, we have another question from the audience. DIW God I'm Willing, he says, what's your greatest learning experience or moment from your career so far, and what was the takeaway lesson from that experience?
That's a great question. Thanks for asking it. Just to always be prepared and always be ready. I mean, you want to, when you go out to perform, like, you obviously have to have the wanna, and if there's 5 people there or 500 or 3,000, you just got to get after it every time like there is that many people there, because that keeps you sharp. It keeps you into it. And if you love it, you will give it that 110% every time you're out there. So like, that's definitely something that you want to be as prepared and just ready for the energy, bring the energy up in the room. That's a learning moment. As far as the takeaway lesson, I mean, again, it's just, if you love this music and you love the culture and you love the tunes and the people and the atmosphere, like you're really gonna get after it and put your all into it like you would anything else. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that, and it's the energy. Like it's literally electric. Like when you're performing in front of anybody. And ever since I was a kid listening to Kiss records in the basement and Led Zeppelin, like I knew I wanted to be a performer and an artist one day. So like, that's kind of it, really. But that's an amazing question, and I really appreciate you asking it.
Yeah, you've had a lot of very thought out answers too tonight, and I do want to say we appreciate you for that. Um, he made a comment, your career as a whole sounds amazing, and it really does. You've got a lot of in-depth experiences that you've been able to share tonight, and that's great. And we appreciate you for that a lot. So
No,
thank
for sure.
you.
No, you're very welcome. No, yeah, the career has been incredible, and it's all about. It's at the end of the day, what's the foundation is respect. Like that's the number one. Like if you have that and you give that, you're gonna return. It's gonna come back to you tenfold. Like it really will.
Amen to that. That is beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, you bet.
Um, to get back to these questions though, what is your worst experience as an artist so far?
That's a good one. I got an easy answer for that one. It would just be like back in the day. Just, I mean, it was all about the party and it was all about performing, and it was just, yeah, there were a lot of chemicals involved. Chemicals that I regret now. Like if I could go back in time, I would have been like, don't eat that pill. Don't take that. Don't take that. Like, just stick with the tree. Like, if I could have done that, I would have saved myself a lot of pain later on. But I mean, I don't regret any of those moments, and there's some really great memories in there. But like, that's definitely probably it. It's like just back in that day when the culture, when everybody had their foot on the pedal, no judging nobody. You know what I mean? Like I was there, I was there in the puddles, but like,
Jordan.
I just think that like when you hit a certain age, and I'll be 50 next year, like I gave that stuff up a long time ago. But you want to take care of yourself because time is short and we only have so much of it. And you never know when it's going to be up, and you're blessed to wake up every day with breath in your lungs. That's a fact. So like, it's just one of those things where that's the one thing that I wish I wouldn't have gone in. But again, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Moving forward, it's all good. And that would be the one thing that I think held me up, where there were some performances where I was like, if I wouldn't have taken that one thing, like it would have been more epic. You know what I mean? And it would have been like an honest epic. You know what I mean?
Definitely. I can definitely see what you're saying there. Um, He says, life is about progressing and you seem to have a good grip on life now. Much love, brother.
Love you, man. No, appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I've got God on my side, so like that's all I really need in this world. But my friends are also important to me, secondly. But yeah, I mean, I just move forward, man. Every day again is every day is a gift, and I just get after it every day and I try to make sure I improve every day with whatever I'm doing, be it painting or the rhyming stuff, because again, growth is important.
Definitely, absolutely. Now, when we shared the link out, did you share it to anybody else when I sent you that restream link?
Yeah, I send it out to people, so I'm not sure what's going on, but I mean they had the YouTube too. So again, the Super Bowl's today, so I get it, you know what I mean. But there's a lot of people that are teed up. They're gonna watch it later, like my man Jace. Hold tight, shout out Jace. Jace is on Metalheads, and he's on Dispatch, and I've got something. He sent me a mix, exclusive mix that I'm going to be doing some rhymes over, which is going to be amazing. I'll make sure I get you that link when it's done. So he's going to watch later on. I got Type Cell in Germany. My man's probably, obviously, and they're 6 hours ahead. So he's going to catch it again later on. So I got a bunch of people lined up that are definitely going to come back and check out the archive for sure.
Absolutely. No, I was just curious as
No,
well.
right on.
Um, sometimes sometimes if we share it out while we're live, it takes some time to catch up.
No, I
But
get it.
I'm also in the process of sharing the YouTube link out as well
Sweet.
as the Facebook link right now, because we're live on two different platforms, both YouTube and Facebook, and I do think Twitch as well.
Yeah, right on. What's up? Shout out Dub Science. I see you. What's up, man? Good looking.
Yes, thank you guys so much for tapping in with us. So we've got a couple more questions here, about 4 or 5 more questions. Where do you see yourself as an artist within the next 3 to 5 years?
Uh, excuse me. Well, I think I definitely want to. I want to get overseas at least some point here within the next like year, calendar year, if not sooner. We'll see what happens and where it goes. But I think there's potential there for me to hopefully get over there somewhere, and we'll just kind of see where it goes from there. So I'd like to do that. I'd like to eventually be able to put out an album, drum and bass wise. I've got some ways and some connections I can probably try to make that happen. That'd be a goal. And then the hip hop project with Misket, we're gonna do bipolars. It's gonna be incredible. So that's gonna obviously be jumping off well before then. But I hope to carry the drum and bass and my painting obviously in the next 3 years. I mean, with if I stay consistent, like that should really, go get somewhere and take me places. So yeah.
That is awesome. Our next question is also a future-based question, and it kind of goes along the lines with what we're talking about here. So, do you have any shows or big events coming up in the future that you're excited for?
Huge. First off, shout out to God I'm willing. I'd love to come to Kansas. If you know any promoters, I mean, I'm seeing for whoever. I don't have to like be paired with like a specific DJ, but I mean, if it's something where I can get someone to come with me, like Anguish, if that'd be possible, that's cool. But just if you know any promoters, hit me up on the gram. Let me know or hit me up on Facebook. Um, but no, 3D Productions, they're huge. They're a massive outfit. Dom is the main, head of that machine. Then you got good people like Jen House that help out too, and he has a bunch of people on his team. They're incredible. They're throwing huge events. March 15th, Royal Drum and Bass, Ronnie Size, DJ SS. That's just the confirmed lineup so far. These kids, they've been doing it for years. They sold out the first tier tickets in January. That's how well they have things going on and how they're doing things in the production and the value. So that's going to be Ronnie Size and SS. The rest of the lineup is going to be coming. Hope it's going to be coming probably soon. I mean, when Dom drops it, it's going to rip minds in half. Like it's going to be one of the biggest parties of 2025, and I'm super excited about that. World Drum and Bass, Ronnie Size, SS, Club Karma in DC. It's all over the gram and Facebook. Hit me up. I'll get you the info for it, but people will travel to that event. I mean, it's going to be massive. They did one in November on the 30th called Drumsticks. It was their 16th year anniversary. I played at it with Slant and Ken Lazy from Too Tough, and it was they sold out of the online tickets like 30 minutes before the party. That's to show you that the party was just sold out totally. It was awesome. So they're doing that event. I'm doing something March with in Harrisburg, Virginia, with Anguish. On March 8th, it's going to be an event. It's called Feeling Lucky. It's a St. Patty's kind of day event. We're headlining. We're playing at midnight. MC Akira and all the crew there. It's going to be amazing. That's the local support there. So I'm excited about that one. That's my first gig of 2025 with DJ Anguish. We're gonna rip it down. Me and Brian, we're doing two tunes together. He's the one one of the ones that I worked on for yesterday. So, and those are gonna play both of that. I've got some dubs and some of my stuff like Faithless Witness with me and Side Dream. I've handed him to play for the party. So it's gonna be incredible. So those two are what I have right now in the hopper, and then hopefully there's gonna be some more that will be popping up very soon.
That's awesome. So you're gonna, excuse me, if you have flyers and stuff made for these events, or if you have them currently made right now, I would love to promote them for you in our groups and on our page so that we can get more people aware of those, as well as put them and throw them in our little commercial segments that we make when we make
I
our
appreciate that. Yeah, no, that'd be amazing. I'll definitely get them to you right after, and that means so much, Acid. I really appreciate that. And Dom's gonna flip when he hears it. He'll definitely be stoked.
Of course. Actually, I think he's already in the group. The Happy Days Hangout group he was
Oh, that's
telling
what's
me to
up. Right
remind.
on. Yeah, my man's
Yes.
busy. He's busy getting right through an incredible event. So I don't expect him tonight, but I know he's gonna watch the archive, and I'll definitely big him up for you.
Heck yeah.
What's up,
Appreciate
Kenny?
that.
We see you out there.
Yes, there's a lot of different people watching. I love that you have a busy schedule, bro. I pray for prosperity and joy in your future. That's what GIW says to you.
Appreciate you. Thanks so much, man. God bless you.
We've got 2 more questions left. For our normal basic routine questions here. So, one person dead or alive that you would want to work with, and one person dead or alive that you would want to see you perform.
It would definitely probably have to be Randall. He just passed away most recently. We've lost a lot of soldiers in the drum and bass world. There's just so many that have passed away. Chemistry and Spirit and MC Fats, MC Conrad, so many others. And Randall, DJ Randall, he's just one of the OGs. They called him so many awesome names. Too hard to handle, the Daddy Randall. He was just awesome. He knew how to read a crowd. It would be him for the DJ and producer, and then I'm trying to think of somebody passed away that I want to perform with. I mean, it'd probably be Spirit because he would hammer it out. Like he would just Digital and Spirit did a tune called Phantom Force. You have to look that one up. Acid by Digital and Spirit, Phantom Force. When you hear that, you're gonna understand what I'm talking about. Like they wrote so many tunes. Spirit passed away. He'd be one I would want to MC for sure.
Definitely. Okay, I see. So, now is that the same? Are you going to go for the same person for both questions, or are you going to pick somebody else? Because there's to perform with or work with, and then somebody that you would want to see you perform.
Oh,
To like be in the
yeah, my
audience
bad, my bad.
watching.
I was going separate there. No, so Randall, and then, gosh, I don't know. I mean, I guess I would want to perform with. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. Like, there's so many great DJs, and I have so many favorites. I mean, like Alive would definitely be fierce. I've played with him before. Quarantine recordings. Check that out. There's so much heat on that label. But DJ Fierce, I've emceed for him 26 years ago at an incredible event in DC. In fact, here's a fun story. The manager, and this we're in a rave here, okay? And like the manager of the club thought that Fierce was playing too loud and came and started screaming at my man. And I was like, "What are you doing, bro? That guy's from London. He's the one playing. He's the talent." And I was like, you can't fucking yell at him. And like he fucked off finally, and Fierce had to turn it down, but then we turned it right back up. Like Fierce is my favorite DJ. He rips it down. He's just an amazing guy as well.
Yeah, heck yeah, definitely. Okay, so you got a pretty wide variety of selection of artists that you'd be considered on the ballot. I see.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm lucky to have the opportunity as well.
Um. So for question 10, do you have any advice for any other artists out there that may be looking for advice or maybe up and coming within the music scene?
Yeah, of course. I love it. It's a great question. Just get after it every day. I mean, pick up the pen if you're an MC, put the pen down on that paper and just hammer that bic. You definitely just want to just, if you have the passion and love for it, you'll do it every day. You'll be doing it all day long, and it's all good. There's nothing wrong with that. You'll be doing it all week long. But, link up with like minded people that like the same music that you do. You know what I mean? Like, that's important too. And then just, freestyle, practice, just, you know what I mean? Not everybody starts off good. That's a fact. I mean, there's a small percentage of human beings that can open their mouth and gifts pour out. But you know what I mean? It like takes work and practice and exercise, and if you really do it, it's gonna, bear fruit eventually. And again, if there's one person in the room at the club, or there's 100,000 people at the club, act like there's 100,000 every time, and just bring that same passion and love every time you stand up, because they're gonna want that from you. Like, they're gonna feed off of you. You'll see. Trust me, old me talking to young me, you'll see they'll feed off of you, and they're gonna want to dance and just make their asses dance and have a great time doing it. And always show
Heck yeah.
respect. Always show respect and love. Don't forget that. It's clutch.
Heck yeah. There you go. Now we have two Happy Days based questions. First one is, do you smoke or have you smoked marijuana before, and how do you feel about that?
I mean, I'm cool with it. I don't judge anybody. I stopped. I did it for like 30 plus years. Probably spent over $1 million on it, on the stuff. I mean, yeah, I had some great times, but I'm sober now, and it's just that's kind of how I'm rolling. And then obviously it's helping with a lot of the art being able to function well and kind of just pour out of me without any blockers, if I may. But I mean, I'm nothing against it. I'm cool people. People can do it around me. It's no big deal. Again, I don't judge anybody, and if people do it, then that's definitely good times. I've been down that road before for a long time.
Absolutely. No, I definitely see where you're coming from, and I definitely agree with you. There's actually a lot of different people that have been on the podcast network that have complete sobriety, or they're chasing sobriety from other substances and stuff like that, and it's
Word.
100% supported here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not something that's frowned upon, especially if it's something that, created a negative aspect in your life, or can cause negativity to surrounding that topic
Yeah, I get
for an
it.
individual person.
Yeah. Word.
And so for that, for our last little thing segment, do you have anybody else that you want to give a shout out to, or do you have any people that you want to mention?
Well, yeah, we'll definitely want to again shout out Rhyme Time, shout out Fierce, um, Jace, Type Cell, um, Submerge, my man Kurt Submerged. Want to shout out Anguish, Vibrata. Want to shout out Chook. Want to shout out Rest in Peace Too Tough Andy. Rest in Peace Josh Impulse. Rest in Peace DJC. Let's see, who else want to give a shout out to? Definitely want to give a shout out to all the MCs out there in the DC scene and worldwide. Just keep doing it. It's one love for real, man. It's all good. Pick up the culture. All the DJs that I've worked with before and the ones that I will be working with again, shout out all of y'all. You know who you are. The producers as well. And then want to shout out, of course, Jace. Hope I didn't forget to mention my man Jace. Shout out Pendulum. Shout out Hornet. That's my boy. And just everybody that I know, just I want to shout out also Generic Taco Puss, Mark Everett, and my man Bryant and Dom from 3D and Jen House from 3D and all that crew. And yeah, everybody that knows me, big up, love y'all.
I want to give a shout out to everybody in the comments, GIW, Jacob, Jordan, everybody for watching today. I know there was a couple other people that were watching, and where Kenny was tuned in, a few other people, Kiera. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you want to share this video out with your friends and family, go for it. We appreciate that. Don't forget to send your music in for music rotation. And to end the show off, I do want to talk real quick about the upcoming interviews that we have later in February. Tuesday, February 13th, we've got Blind Logic. We've got Rock and Royce, Friday, February 14th. We've got Aaron Indu, February 15th, Saturday. And then we've got Wicked Solitude, Thursday, February 20th, Ground Zero, the 22nd on a Saturday. So if you guys are tuned in we'll be doing some promotion for them closer to the dates of the interviews, and I will see everybody later. And I just want to make sure everybody has a blessed night, and you guys stay safe out there. Peace.
Yeah, so you guys know
You're watching
that's what we're doing.
the Bobby and Chaz show.
So I woke up, I fell asleep in a hotel parking lot, and then I woke up in a fucking Walmart parking lot 2 hours away. You know how scary that shit was?
I could not sleep. I'm sitting there.
Who's doing that new challenge that everybody's copying from the Midnight Yami video?
Yeah, he's doing the glizzy challenge.
The glizzy challenge. Yeah, there we go. The glizzy challenge.
You've done some JCW before. How many of them have you done?
I did one JCW event that was the most
Thank you for
nerve-wracking
tuning
show
in
I've ever
to the Bobby and Chaz show.
I like this one.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites. This is one of the ones I've performed off of this album.
Oh, really?
Yeah, people love it. So. Right, I dropped it.
So, and you drew.
To do the cream of corn competition?
Yeah, so everyone's invited, but it's gonna be at the gathering. We do want to kind of branch out, maybe try to bring it to like little bars here and there, like maybe bring it to Sitchco's eventually. But yeah, we're doing like an event. So that's kind of where this idea came from. We're like, what if we got a bunch of people on our show and started asking them to be like part of our cream corn wrestling event? And so yeah, that's how we kind of started the show. But tonight,
listen, if you guys are gonna get like a swimming pool or something like that and put cream of corn in it, I'll perform next to it, but I don't want no parts of it.
Yeah, so
that's literally what we were talking about. We were trying to get like put on a show, have everybody that's been on the show. Let's do a concert.